Hi, everybody! We're the Dicestormers.
We're half the Dicestormers. And cutting. And we're going to play the second adventure in the Call of Cthulhu starter set.
We have played the first one.
We have, indeed. That's on camera in costume. Alas, alack, I haven't costumed us all tonight. We're sitting in my library. Did I say we're sitting in my library? Or
we're on the ground.
We sitting in my library.
We're on the ground floor of your library.
Yes, that's right. It actually extends stories above us.
And the basements and sub-basements below.
Indeed, indeed. Always very good setting for a Cthulhu adventure.
We're the looters.
Yes, yes. Where you think the looters. Where adventure awaits. We're going to be playing The Paper Chase, the second adventure of the Call of Cthulhu starter set. So we have two adventurers. Oh, sorry, investigators.
We should give some props to the starter set, because I think it's really cool. It's very well set out in that the first adventure is a standalone thing. You can play it by yourself. Mm-hmm. And then this is the second adventure that is designed for one or two players, right?
And then the next adventure is for like a larger party. So if you're a keeper, it introduces you to the system and gives you bigger groups to play with as you gain in confidence.
Yeah,
so
I think it's very cool.
Yeah. And full of handouts, as we shall see, and other things that you can absolutely use as gaming props, which is props to the gaming starter set.
And it comes with a couple of pre-gens.
We have some pre-gens, and we have selected our pre-gens. Derek?
I am Jesse Williams, and I am a history student from Boston.
Boston.
So I'm going to try to mangle the Boston accent. But yes, I'm a female, age 20, and black.
History student.
Yep.
What history?
Probably something to do. Probably something to do with the phalangites.
Nice. I wonder if are we going to ever give a game where there's not an in-joke? Apparently not. A phalangite, ladies and gentlemen, was the...
Oh, you know something about this, excellent.
Look, I think, in fact, did I put it back on the shelf?
Don't make it crumble over.
Oh, look, no, look. Here's one I prepared. Phalangites, ladies and gentlemen, are members of the Macedonian phalanx. Someone may have written a book that's just come out on the Macedonian phalangite warrior versus the Persian warrior. And in good bookstores and on Amazon. Yes.
Please write a review.
Yes.
Is there a link we could put in the description below?
Oh, I suppose there is. We could have a link in the description below in case you want to.
Wow, I'll try and put one there.
Read me ranting, and as you read it, you can maybe imagine my voice as the one talking about Macedonian phalangites fighting Persian warriors. I mean,
history never sounded so good.
No, it didn't. So you Jesse Williams?
Yes.
And you are a 20-year-old student of history?
Correct.
Expert in the phalanx and the phalangites.
The phalangites.
John?
Yes.
Oh, is that everything?
No, that's everything. Go.
And maybe for a first in Dicestormers history, I'm also playing a female character, so we're going to have two female characters.
Okay.
I'm playing Louise Russo, who is an engineering student. She's 19 years old, comes from New York City, New York. And she... I don't know what else.
That covers us.
The reason we know each other is because we're at church.
We're in the same prayer circle.
Right.
That's right.
One morning at that prayer circle, you have been contacted by someone named Thomas Kimball of Michigan. And it seems that his house has been burglarized and some of his uncle's favorite books have been stolen. And so you have been contacted because this is a mystery and you like exploring mysteries. And the mystery is a little unusual as the uncle has inexplicably disappeared without trace a year ago. And Mr. Kimball would like you to find out who stole the books, return them if possible, and discover the whereabouts of his uncle. And if he is still alive.
I can't think of anything more appropriate than two uni students to do.
I think Douglas is Thomas is somewhat tight-fisted and therefore has sort of come a knocking at the prayer circle and maybe we go to church. Guilted you into the sisters, I need your help. My house.
Does he go to our church or something? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he does, and he's sort of put the guilt trip on you, and if only someone
We could help him out.
could solve this mystery.
Well, when we found the church, the person who stole the church candlesticks last summer. The case,
do you remember him?
Uh,
He had them all hidden up in the back of the closet.
not a very attractive man, as I recall.
Ladies, you would be perfect for me. I can offer you $10.
That's a
as
lot
a
of money.
reward. That is. It's more than I can afford. If you can help me out.
Well, sir, if it's more than you could afford.
Oh no, well my book collection and my uncle are very important to me. So if you can solve this mystery, I can give you $5 each.
What's your character's name?
Jesse.
Jesse Williams.
Jesse Williams.
Jesse.
That should be really easy for me now.
It should be.
And you're Louise?
Yeah, Louise Russo.
Well, we would be happy to.
Or Lois, actually.
Oh, Lois.
Sorry, I just realised. Isn't it? That's Lois, yeah.
L-O-U-I-S? L-O-I-S, yes, Lois.
Lois,
would be
I'm
Lewis.
sorry.
Yes.
Lois Russo.
So this is Mr. Kimball?
This is Mr. Thomas Kimball, and his uncle, Mr. Douglas Kimball, is the one who disappeared a year ago.
Douglas. Okay, cool.
Okay. And so he's Douglas Kimball is white-haired. He is, well, he should be about 65, but doesn't seem to have been around for a year.
Now, your Uncle Douglas, did he, you say he disappeared?
Yes.
Now, is there anything you could tell us about the circumstances?
Well, he used to love his books, and in our street in Michigan, and he'd read his books, and he loved reading his books. He took to reading the books, strangely, in the cemetery. But
That is a very strange thing.
but he used to go and sit there and read them. I think because of the peace and quiet, and then he would come home.
What manner of books was these?
Oh, just all types of books, just reading books and
Did you-
literature and nothing.
The Bible?
Well, of course, the Bible, and it's a Christian cemetery, so
It's the best book.
the best book.
Did he have any enemies or anybody who wanted to do him harm?
No, everybody loved him. Everybody misses him. They don't know what happened.
And are there any missing books in his collection that you would know about? Are there
Well-
any specific books?
I'm I'm not much of a reading man myself, so there are gaps on the shelf. So books have been taken. Not all the books, but some of the books. And
So you don't really know.
no, but books. Someone's broken into my house in Michigan, 218 Aylesbury Street in Aldsburg, and they've stolen our books.
And you say broke in, you mean broken a window or
No,
opened the door and just come on in?
they seem to know how to get into the house.
Almost like your uncle just walked on in, or...
Well, no one's seen him for a year.
Oh, that don't mean he didn't come on in.
Well, I don't think it's my uncle. Hey, you should come to the house, and then you can have a look around.
It is certainly where we would start our investigation.
Wow, you sound just like you're part of the police or something.
Are you sure you're in the right
Listen to you.
subject?
Well,
What are you studying? You're studying it. You sure you want to be an engineering student?
Well, I
My,
am taken to this quite quickly, like a duck to the water.
My dad-
I was going to use that exact phrase.
my dad used to do a little private investigation work on the side for his friends. So I am well into us checking out the crime scene.
Well, ladies, I think that my prayers have been answered because you have come to investigate my burglary.
Oh, you're very kind.
Are you going to take us there, or do you just want to give us the key?
Well, no, let's all go. Let's go together. Right. So, you jump in the car and drive.
Yes,
Whoa, 1920s, buddy.
he's got a car. We don't have to take a horse there.
Got a missing. It's 2 horsepower. Okay, so you've got the options of asking around the neighbourhood, looking in the graveyard, local research in the library, talking to the police, looking at the back issues of the local newspaper, the Arnoldsburg Advertiser, or looking around the house itself.
Well, I think we're straight to the house, aren't we?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, cool. So, inside the house, Thomas Kimball has moved into all of the rooms except for the study, which is still cluttered and piled high with his uncle's books. There are books of all shapes and sizes and on all subjects, identical only in that they were all cared for. While the house is charming, the investigators must focus on the... I'm giving your stuff away there. So every other room is essentially he's moved into. So the only thing that the burglar has stolen are books from the library. He thinks it's 6 books.
Can I ask, was the library locked?
Not a spin.
No,
Like the house was locked.
The house was
the
locked,
library,
but not
the study's just sort of part of it.
I would like to go in and take some photos.
Ooh, that's
got a camera.
expensive.
Yeah.
You've got a camera in your equipment list.
No, don't. I'm
Go on then.
I'm making it up.
You newfangled wizardry with your...
Wow, you got a mobile phone or something. in
Box
there.
brownie? Would it be a box 1920 box brownie?
Box brownie,
could
probably.
easily-
Yeah, just a little one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to take photos of the room and of the spaces that he says.
Cool. Okay, can you both give me a spot hidden roll, please?
All right, I'm pretty good.
Well,
at that.
my character has not been min-maxed, so I have a very low score.
60. No,
Okay.
I fail.
Oh, I succeed!
Yes!
Not by much
None.
though. 23 and 25.
That's all right. You have a look and you see that the windows to the study are, quite old, and they could easily be loose with age. So even though there hasn't been a broken window or anything, it could easily be that a window could be jimmied open without any effort. And as you investigate further and look through the different books, you find a journal. So it's different from the other books in the sense that it is handwritten. And the last entry is dated the day before Douglas Kimball vanished. And this entry cryptically mentions reaching a decision. Joining my friends below.
Ooh.
And they seem to hint at a network of tunnels underneath the cemetery where he was reading his books, and his friends that he saw at night.
Huh.
This don't sound very, very Christian.
I agree. I pat my Bible, which is sitting next to my breast, in my
I
jacket
hold my
pocket.
crucifix.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we need to stake out the cemetery.
Okay.
I do too, but I feel like we should find out who these friends are before we do. I don't want to get ambushed by strangers in the night.
Well, maybe I could investigate some of the local library and see if they have any idea of what might be missing from his collection.
That's a very good idea. Maybe I'll go and ask if they're down at the police station, see if there's any strangers been sniffing around the cemetery.
You're splitting the party?
Well, perhaps. Just for a short time.
Forever. So, Jesse,
Yes.
on reaching the library, can you give me a library use roll, please?
16. I have a skill of 60, so I...
You smash it, and amazingly, the Arnoldsburg Advertiser is alphabetically arranged. and
Not
therefore,
the Dewey Decimal System.
No.
Okay.
The alphabetical system, I'm not even sure when Dewey Decimal was invented.
Yeah, good question. I think it would be before this.
Could be. Yeah, I'm not sure. An advertiser, you find the old issues of the Arnoldsburg Advertiser. You sort of leaf through it all. An article dated 10 years ago concerns the alleged sighting of a band of people, apparently unclothed, very unchristian, cavorting in the cemetery next to Kimball House. The constable was summoned and the cemetery was searched, but no sign of the strangers was found, though misshapen footprints gave a mute evidence of their presence, although it could have been from their cavorting.
Cavorting is such a great word.
Yes. My notes say band of naked heathens.
sounding more and more like the Salem witch trial. So you discover this. Nothing much else in the last year or even a year ago.
Okay. So there's nothing.
Just that one
that
article.
one, like 10 years ago, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
You wander over to the police station, Lois, and you essentially find that, of course, there's a man, a sergeant, on the front desk, and you walk in. You get the immediate condescending look of 1920s. What can you be up to, little lady?
Excellent.
Oh, I'm just here on behalf of a friend of mine.
Who? Who's your friend?
Oh, my friend Thomas Kimball.
Oh, the Kimball house. Yes. Well.
Poor Thomas. He's very concerned about his Uncle Douglas.
Yep, we've had no report. Obviously we filled out a missing persons report a year ago, but there's been no evidence. His photograph was circulated all around the area, but no one's mentioned anything.
Oh, now I heard down at the cemetery some awful, strange rumors.
Where did you hear those rumors from?
Well,
It's quiet.
down a month ago.
A month ago? No, there'd been, when he disappeared, we had some patrols and nothing. I have not heard. Where are you from?
Oh, me? I'm from New York.
Oh, can you give me a law, charm, or persuade roll?
It's got to be charm.
Which one? Yeah.
I'm really good at charm.
It's your southern charm.
My southern charm from New York. No. No southern
Yeah,
charm.
you big city types coming in here telling us how to do it. I've had no report of any untoward happenings in the cemetery.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting because his journal says otherwise. Okay, good day to you, sir.
All right, as you come out of the police station, you see coming out of the library is Jesse.
Well, he was just a rude man.
That's why I always prefer books. I found some interesting things.
I'll be praying for his soul later on.
Well, you need to be praying for more than just his soul, because they're a band of naked heathens cavorting in the cemetery about 10 years ago.
What? Isn't that just what the journal was saying? That he was in with those friends down in the cemetery?
It was?
But I didn't know that they were naked heathens.
Well,
I'm starting
if
to
you're
think.
hanging around a cemetery in all hours of the night, you better be you're up to no good, is what I'm saying.
Grasp my crucifix pendant.
Swoon.
No, grasp my crucifix
Oh, okay.
pendant.
Sorry.
I'm strongly
Make a
willed.
constitution roll.
I tap Daddy's Bible.
You swoon. Yeah, make a swoon roll, baby. Make a swoon roll.
That's a stereotype.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
I have a switchblade knife.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're actually grasping a switchblade knife. Oh, whoa, you're not swooning.
Yeah, right. Can we... I believe we need to go to the cemetery and see if we can find these people.
I think you're right.
Cool. So,
But I don't know when we should go. I'm not just going to hang around a cemetery all day.
Well, at night. This is when they come.
What, all night?
Yes.
Well, if we're going to do that, we're going to need some supplies.
I was thinking stakeout.
All right, sandwiches?
Yeah. Scotch.
no handguns.
No, nothing.
That's prohibitionary, baby. Prohibition.
And we're going to need torches. And...
Flashlights.
Yeah, is that what they call them?
I don't know.
Is that,
Yeah,
is that what Americans call them?
Flashlight. Yeah.
Flashlights?
Flashlights
yeah.
are very good.
Flashlights. Wow.
I have some nice iced tea that my grandma used to make.
You know, I do like a nice iced tea.
Lemon? With lemon?
What else
Lemon
would you put
tea.
in an iced tea?
Nice.
All right. I keep slipping into your accent.
You do.
Terrible.
Bastard.
Boston.
Boston. Yeah, I don't know where
Boston.
my accent's gone very southern.
Is there anything else we should look? We should read the journal. All we read was that last.
Just that last page.
Just that last page. Can we,
So really
can we
we
go
should
through it a bit
Go
more?
back to the
more.
house. You going back to the house?
Well, can
Not
we?
sure there's much.
Can we
Did
take
you
it with
did
us?
you take the journal? I don't
I
know.
assumed we took it.
I thought
Oh, you took. Okay.
What else? Sorry, that's just to give an investigator thing. I
Steal from
I
the.
always assume that you take journals.
anything
with
that's
you.
not nailed down.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I should have actually said that.
Hang on. Is there anything else in the journal?
Come on, there's heaps. There's the whole
Whole
like,
lead up.
how he got to this point
Oh, cavorting.
of his friends in the cemetery.
Cavorting with the
Yeah,
naked
look.
heathens.
There are
Cavorting with
notes
naked-
about cavorting with that. There are notes, but it doesn't go
About his
beyond
friends below.
friends. There's only friends, and nothing more than the
Does his-
information that you've got.
I mean, how short is this adventure? It's probably not a lot of information.
I would like to purchase some flowers
Okay.
and go to the cemetery during the daylight to kind of
Okay. All right.
case of the joint.
Okay. Cool. While you're reading the
That's a good
journal,
idea.
so
I'll read the journal while you.
You find that he used to read in his study. He used to read in bed. He used to read the Bible in church, and he started for no reason other than peace and quiet that he would go and read in the cemetery. He would sit on a particular tomb, which was the perfect height for him to sit on.
Okay.
And then one night in the journal, you read about the fact that as he was engrossed in his book, he was still reading as it turned dark. And he kept reading because of the moonrise. And he mentions in the journal about a doorway to a mausoleum opening and something meeped.
Meeped?
Meeped. It's here in quote marks. Meeped.
Meat.
Yeah. And then he just starts talking about friendship. So this is about 6 years ago, so 5 years before he disappeared. This friendship began with this friend who comes out from this mausoleum, visible
Meeping.
from his favourite
Yeah,
tomb.
sounds a little Pokemon-ish.
It's a little.
I was going to go Meepo. I was going to go.
I was
it's
thinking
a little
that
bit D&D.
Yes, wrong system.
Reference to. Oh, well, it could be. You never know. We were talking about that today in terms of the origami unicorns in Tangled and whether they have any connection to Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whoa!
There's some fanfic that I'd
Yeah,
like to read.
baby. Okay.
Crossover. Okay.
And
Well, that probably takes us.
So let's say
to
that-
the afternoon.
let's
Yep.
say that Jesse had already gone. It's a great idea if I go and check out the cemetery during
Cemetery
daylight
during the day.
hours, just as you came across this entry 5 years ago. So you're obviously in the journal. You had to go back
Yeah.
a long way to come across that useful information because you've gone from the useful information backwards rather than from the
Sure.
beginning forwards. So when you go, oh, she's actually already left. So you have to
Yeah.
race after her,
Okay.
vaguely knowing something about the fact she was
I'll
going to go
race
to
after her.
florist, and you were going to go to the
The cemetery.
chemist, the cemetery, the cemetery during the day. It looks reasonably well tended. And
So what town are we in?
you are in the town of Arnoldsburg,
Arnoldsburg.
Michigan.
Arnoldsburg,
Michigan, was it?
Michigan.
And so I'm wandering around looking for tombs or
Yep.
things built into the side of a hill or
Cool.
a big
So you've got
line of
this
steps
sort
going
of
down into the ground.
idea of the. This is the house. So the cemetery is through.
Oh,
and
he's
as
walking
you
distance.
Make you through lovely handouts, and as block your ears, gentlemen. Beautifully designed as an adventure can be. The map for the keeper, of course, has the key, and the map for the players does not.
Can we?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
So there's a fairly well-worn path that
Yes.
goes through the fence.
Yes. And there's footprints, even a year later, that lead up to here. And you look at that, you can see that the level there is kind of the perfect sitting height. If you sort of think about Thomas Kimball, if he's the same build as his uncle, then that would be the sitting height. So there's a perfect sitting height. Obviously, sitting there, you've got a vista of the hills and these other tombs and mausoleums.
Tombs and
over here.
mausoleums.
And
I
as
want
you... Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, I was going to say I was going to look around at some of the other tombs to see if there are any ones that have a good vantage point of this seating position.
Right. So as you stand, there is... you see a gardener who is weeding on the far side of one of those mausoleums who you didn't spot before. And when you come within sight, he waves hello.
Oh,
Hello! He's from England.
Oh.
hello there.
I'm Melodious. Melodious Jefferson.
Melodious, I'm Jesse.
I'm the caretaker. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm looking.
Your voice is gone.
I'm having a really hard time with this accent. I'm looking
Boston.
I'm looking for some for the grave of my auntie.
Your auntie.
She,
Oh my goodness.
maybe I might just give up on the accent. I'm looking for the grave of my aunt. She was. Her name was. Her name was Kimball.
Right. Give me a charm or persuade. Now, saying this is pushed.
Where did he push?
It's just saying. Oh no! This is just a normal roll.
Charm
It's
is
pushed next.
Push
Okay.
if it fails, yeah.
Yeah, you can push
Alright.
the second.
charm is 88. No, I fail it.
Kimball. It's changed where he comes from. Melodious Jefferson. Kimball. How would you say that in that accent? I might abandon it too.
Yeah.
Kimball. And he turns back to weeding. You can if you want to.
It is really important.
Push. Okay, push the roll, baby. So this is hard.
So this. Oh, is it hard? Mm-hmm. Jesus, 25 or less. Okay. 3.
Oh, you smash it out of the park.
Wow.
Push that roll.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Push it real good. Oh, your insistence and the tone of your voice immediately makes him turn back.
I put on my lost schoolgirl kind of persona.
If the investigator is trying to win Jefferson around with friendliness and compliments, yes, okay, fine. And oh, look at all that crap! Oh my gosh! He basically tells you that, of course, he remembers Douglas Kimball, and he used to regularly come to the graveyard, and he would see him all the time, and he wouldn't disturb him because he would read his books. He misses seeing him about, and that he would sometimes chat when he wasn't busy reading, but that was most of the time. They would talk about everything from weather to politics, and he enjoyed hearing Kimball's stories about foreign lands.
He was very well read. My father.
Yes, and he used to sit just there, and he points out the seat where you sat.
Okay.
And then he seems to be a little bit anxious to get back to work, and sort of is like looking back at the weeds like they are untended, and he needs to get back to weeding them.
All right. Well, I sense his hesitancy to continue the conversation, and I offer him to. Be more than happy to let you go about your business. Thank you so much for your.
Cool. Can you make me a spot hidden roll?
11. Yes, I make it.
You see a bottle sticking out
Oh.
of Jefferson's of his pocket.
I cross myself.
And he's quite anxious to get back to work. Can you make a psychology roll for me, please? Hope you're noting down all of these so you can tick them off.
Yeah.
Because I never let my players level.
72.
Bit of a
No,
thing.
It's true.
it's true.
Okay.
72
You
now.
don't make that roll. Okay, cool. So you know... Can you give me an education roll?
37, I make it.
You know that we're in the middle of prohibition, and therefore a bottle, which you would assume is a bottle of alcohol, because why else would you be carrying a bottle in your pocket?
Yes.
So,
and I
so
am only
he's-
20 as well.
Yes,
so-
gosh, you're underage.
Well, I mean, there's no
So
no age
you're
spread
possibly you did cross yourself, so yes, you might be able to use that knowledge later.
enough. All right.
But
I watch him go about his business. Does he look like he's reaching for that, or...
no, he's back to weeding.
So he's maybe not an alcoholic. He just likes a sniff.
tipple, and those weeds are suffering.
Okay.
As you make your way to follow Jesse, there's a woman is basically eyeing you up and down, looking at you, looking like they're giving you signs that they want you to talk to them, but if you actually act on those signs in the wrong way, they will ignore that they've been giving you those signs.
All right, I go towards them in the appropriate way that wouldn't make them go away, but would also perfectly work in my favour.
Can you give me either an appearance or a credit rating roll, please?
Wow.
An appearance or credit rating.
What's your credit rating?
40.
Mine too.
My appearance is also 40. So it doesn't really matter which one I should do.
You're as ugly as you are tall.
40.
Story of my life. No, I fail on both.
Okay. As you get closer and her eyesight perceives you
Oh my god,
correctly,
you're ugly and poor. I'm getting out of here.
she perceives that in fact you're not the kind of person that she wants to be talking to, and so she essentially looks as if she wants to talk to you, and then when she sees you, and then she kind of walks on and walks away from you, and that's sort of in this field at the back here, and you can continue your route to your friend if you want to.
Fantastic. Odd encounter.
Well, it would have been very different if you'd made the roll, but
If I'd only been better looking or richer.
If you look like the kind of person she's happy to stop and talk to, she will. Otherwise, she doesn't like the look of the investigator and hurries off avoiding them. I'm sorry. I've given you the encounter the way it's written.
100%. 100%. Okay, well, I'll just keep going.
Great.
I have found us a suitable vantage point to observe the very seat where Mr. Kimball would sit and read.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Cool. So you're going to show Lois the seat?
Yes.
Great. It's the old tomb has been worn smooth by age and weather, making it a perfect spot to perch and read a book.
Worn smooth by buttocks.
It's impossible. There's the actual buttock mark. No, hasn't been sat in for centuries. Due to the weathering, it's impossible due to the weathering to work out who is buried beneath the tomb.
Oh.
Can you make for me either a spot hidden or a track roll? Why don't you make one of those each? Who wants to do spot hidden and who wants to do track?
I do spot hidden fairly well.
I have a track of 50. I have a pretty bad spot hidden.
Okay, you do spot hidden, you do track.
Okay.
Oh, I missed it by 9.
I did not succeed at track.
You see nothing. Would you like to
Excellent.
push? Yours will become 25.
Yeah, mine
Yours will become
25.
Yours will
Okay.
become 30, is that right?
No, 25.
Okay,
I
half.
fail at mine.
44. I would have succeeded had I not tried to push it.
Okay.
I'm
So something
exhausted.
bad happens now, right? When you fail a push roll.
Yeah. Oh, no, it can. I think it can have, bad consequences eventually.
Oh no, I stepped in some dog poo.
Yeah, something smells.
So I tell Jesse about the doorway to the mausoleum and the something that meeps, which I found out in the journal. So maybe we should go and investigate some of those mausoleums.
Yes. I tell you about the how I have not seen any cavorting naked heathens.
Right.
Well, that's a relief.
But I have seen the gardener who did confirm that was the spot.
Cool. So you sat in that spot, and there's the mausoleum, this one here, and this one here, which you could see from this spot. These two here. So
Okay.
you spoke to him. He was weeding this one, the southernmost one.
Okay.
He's now gone. That's well weeded. That mausoleum. There's no
Okay.
weeds around that one.
Should we go over and have a look?
Yep. We can inspect that, and I would suggest that that's where we stake our.
Will we
And
have,
have your
ass tea?
you have your picnic.
Exactly.
Right. Can you give me another spot hidden or track roll, your choice?
6.
Oh, what
Oh,
does,
6,
What does
right.
that mean?
What is that?
Is that 100 or what? I'm rephrasing.
I think that's a 0.
Oh, sorry,
It
0
depends
1.
on-
So I
So critical.
critics success.
Both of you smash it. You see strange tracks around this mausoleum, and they look to have been made by man-sized bare feet that end in cloven hooves rather than toes.
Devil.
Do you wish to follow these footsteps?
I think we must.
They don't go far because you're investigating around the mausoleum, and they, in fact,
we take one step forward.
yes, they go
Let's
to
continue.
the,
One step
to the
forward.
mausoleum.
All right. Not the one where he sat.
No, this one over here.
Oh. Okay.
So you remember, of course, that from the tomb where he sat, he saw a mausoleum door open, and so this makes a lot
This
of
makes
sense
the
to you.
meeping.
Yes.
The meepening.
So they basically get to the end of the door of the mausoleum, and they stop. Would you like to try the
You
door?
are an engineering student. Is that correct?
Well, I'm in my first year, but yes.
I would suggest you inspect the ground and see if there is somewhere we can get in.
Well, spot hidden is not my speciality, but I'll
You
give it
don't know,
a...
you can give me a strength check if you'd like to.
Oh, well,
Push
strength
the
is
thing.
definitely my speciality. Yeah, I'll definitely...
Engineering, shove.
Okay,
what,
so,
what happens if
yeah.
I help? Can we both shove?
Go on, do it.
How does that work?
You actually can use the advantage dice.
The advantage
Roll the
dice?
blue one.
Can you pick the best tens?
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Nice. 30.
30. What was your? What
I
was
have
your,
80.
what was your units?
Oh, wow.
Oh, what? 80. Wow.
I'm
Lowest.
very muscle.
That's why you're an engineering student. It's not moving. Yes, it is. Okay, so. Oh, I've lost my page. You push open the door to this mausoleum, and a horrible stench is released from within.
I grab my handkerchief.
Can you please? Oh no! Wait, there's no save. This is like first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Both of
You're
you,
dead.
Both of you pass out from the miasma.
Whoa!
Exactly.
Wow,
You-
okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, well that was a good adventure,
Wow.
guys.
Unless you specifically said that you were holding your breath.
Well,
I was actually out of character holding my...
Okay, far out. There's a segue. What's
Okay.
what's our timing at? Because that changes the adventure. Didn't see.
do you want to take a break there?
Is that a good place to take a break?
Sure.
When you awaken,
Feels like it.
it is dark, and sitting on Douglas Kimball's favourite tombstone is a creature.
Thank you for joining us. If you like what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and comment, and tick the bell button so that you are notified when our next video posts.
And be nice to our accents because
No,
they're lost.
Give us-
and they don't know their way.
give us all hell on the accents. We deserve it.
See you soon.
See ya.